Welcome to episode 17 of the Real Talk Lineup. We are your go-to podcast for hilarious hot takes on the latest in pop culture. I'm your host, JoJo.
And I am Ronnie Cole.
And on this week's episode, JD Vance breaks Ohio State's championship football trophy.
Loser. He's a loser.
So angry about this. Will Smith's new album apparently sucks.
Why? I love him.
We'll delve into that.
Let's see.
And Sean Kingston was in the klanker.
As he should be.
It's all this and more up next on the Real Talk Lineup.
They have to be following him every moment of the day.
J-Lo getting divorced?
He still contributed to society.
I think maybe marijuana.
That is not obvious. How did that happen?
I would be too afraid, but sometimes I'm like, man, I need a little boost. Okay, on this week's Celebrity Breakdown, JD Vance drops the ball, or should I say trophy, during a White House celebration for Ohio State's 2025 National Championship win over Notre Dame. Vice President JD Vance accidentally dropped the NCAA trophy while posing for a group photo with Donald Trump and the Buckeyes. The trophy's base detached and fell, but a player saved the upper part from smashing. Vance later joked on social media saying, "I didn't want anyone after Ohio State to get the trophy, so I decided to break it." Coach Ryan Day took it in stride, holding up the intact top half. Despite the fumble, the rest of the event went smoothly.
Who told him to touch it in the first damn place? That's what I want to know. Why are you touching stuff
that don't belong to you?
That doesn't belong. He's like the cousin that you don't want to invite to the holiday dinner because you know you're going to fuck something up. Oh my God, I hate it.
And so Ohio State is my absolutely favorite sports team.
I love them.
Yes. And so this makes me dislike the Trump administration even more.
Why would you come here and do that?
Yeah. I'm wondering, though, if they bring like a fake trophy with them.
Yeah, like a display or something. Yeah, like the real one. Nobody can touch.
Yeah, because I can't imagine like the real trophy actually breaking.
And being that flimsy.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I said.
So, yeah.
That's the same thing I said. I'm like, that's got to be like a decoy.
They obviously didn't trust JD Vance
They
and Trump.
Knew better. He's the cousin you invite over, but you got to watch him the whole time.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So, wait. No, I was looking. JD Vance has a memoir movie on Netflix.
He has a movie?
It's called Hillbilly Elegy. Hillbilly Elegy Elegy, and it's a movie loosely based on his memoir with the same name.
I was gonna say I know he had the book.
I was unaware. I'm gonna have to watch it. I want to see where he came from.
He gets on my nerves.
He irks my entire existence. Yes, but you know me. I just have to.
Let's watch it this week and then we can talk about it.
Yes,
all right.
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds good. All right, moving on. Will Smith drops an album and nobody cares. Will Smith's first album in 2 decades, based on a true story, landed with a thud, failing to chart on Billboard and generating little buzz. While U.S. sales haven't officially been released, its absence from the Billboard 200 speaks volumes. Over in the UK, the album moved just 268 copies in its debut week. What? Yes, 232 via streaming and 36 as digital downloads.
Oh, my God.
Despite high-profile features from DJ Jazzy Jeff, Joyner Lucas, Russ, and Big Sean, plus a heavy promo campaign, the audience response was overwhelmingly indifferent. So TMZ caught up with Tony Rock, the brother of Chris Rock. He hadn't listened to the album.
Sure they did.
But he still called it shitty, citing lingering resentment from Will's infamous 2022 Oscar slap. Tony slammed Will for using the slap as material, saying it shows that he's got nothing else to rap about.
It's a part of his life.
It's
an event in his life. He can rap about it if he wants to.
Have you seen the video for the first single International Barbershop Day that referenced the slap?
I have not.
Oh, my God.
And I'm trying to figure out why. Because I love Will Smith.
So do I. So it popped up on my Facebook and I watched it. I thought it was hilarious.
I'm going to have to find it.
Yeah.
I'm
so
going to look at it.
It's Will Smith playing different characters. It's him, but playing different characters. And it's like him making fun of himself.
Okay.
But it's I really liked
like
it.
That.
Yeah. I liked it.
I love and appreciate him as an artist, as a dad, as a comedian, as an actor, as, just an all around cool person. Like he did something to somebody. that was not necessarily nice.
Yeah.
Whatever his reasoning was, he did it in an arena where things like that are like
unacceptable.
Shunned. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they're like treating him so bad.
Do you
Because if he would have walked up to him on the street, they wouldn't care that much. But because it happened on that stage in front of those people.
Do you think it's going to forever affect his career? Because I'm just kind of like, let it go.
They didn't care for him in the first place. I think they tolerated him when he was younger because he was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But the older he got, the more he stuck to his morals and his values, and he stuck to the not cursing and not doing bad or offensive things in his movies and things and him showing up. But I don't know.
He's had some great movies.
He has had really great movies. Mm-hmm. He has a really great range. He's an emotional person naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But when it shows up on the big screen, he's a different person.
Okay.
He gets into his characters.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that as an artist. I'm rooting for Will. I want him to win. I want them to stop being so mean.
So do you think that like maybe some of the stuff that his wife does or that his kids do you think that
she tarnished his image?
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too,
because
in a way.
They assumed that she was this golden child before, like they were the perfect couple.
Yeah.
Until her real self started to show and they're like, oh, well, Will's her husband.
Yeah.
It's like, no, she's still her own person. Like,
and I know she's been in, TV shows and movies,
mm-hmm.
but I don't think she's on the same level career-wise as him.
She's not.
Yeah.
She's not. I think because she made a name for herself and she was so closely knit with so many other people
mm-hmm.
who people liked.
Yeah.
They just assumed that she was one of those people and she really wasn't. She was just associated.
Gotcha.
With the people that they really liked. And now that they, again, see who she is, they're like, you're a liar. And then she keeps bringing up Tupac every time somebody asks her a question.
I was just going to say that. She always wanted to associate herself with Tupac.
Name dropping, like, it's annoying.
It is.
We understand that you might have had a thing with him. You might have not. You seem like the clingy BFF
30 years ago
who wanted to smash. And he was like, no, because I love you. You're my BFF.
Yeah.
So she's telling everybody now that he's gone that she smashed,
and he's nowhere around to defend himself.
I don't think she did.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah, go Will.
I say I agree. Him. Yeah, I love Will Smith.
I'm gonna try and find all that stuff, and if I can stream it, I'm gonna stream it.
Go on YouTube.
I want to listen.
Yeah, go on YouTube and watch the video. Mm-hmm. I found it hilarious. So
I'm excited.
All right. Okay, moving on. Sean Kingston was in the klanker. Sean Kingston was briefly jailed after failing to post a $100,000 cash bond related to his federal wire fraud conviction, but is now being released back to home detention with GPS monitoring. He must also surrender his passport. Kingston and his mother, Janice Turner, were convicted last month on 5 counts of fraud, accused of scamming over $1 million in luxury goods, including a $160,000 Cadillac Escalade and nearly $500,000 in jewelry without paying.
Wow.
Yeah. Kingston initially couldn't afford the bond, though his attorneys say some celebrity friends are now helping. Prosecutors had offered a plea deal, but Kingston rejected it against legal advice. With sentencing set for July, his lawyer noted it might benefit him to serve some time now to count towards his sentence, which could be up to 20 years per count.
That's insane.
It's insanity.
And his mom was with. Oh,
yeah.
His mom was
How do you get involved with your kids with something like that?
How are you not the person to steer him in the right direction?
Yeah.
And even if you got away with it one time, you gonna keep doing it? You gonna go to different people for different things and keep doing it?
Well, that's what I'm like wondering. How did they think they were going to get away with all that? Because it's such a large amount of money. You think somebody's not going to come after you?
Right.
Yeah.
You have to pay up at some point.
And remember when he posted on Instagram, like people were talking about it, he's like, just move on.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God.
He does not want anybody talking about it.
No.
He doesn't think it's a big deal. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but like 20 years for each, like per count.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
So
like
how
it's
many counts? I mean, it's non-violent.
It's non-violent.
People still like stuff all the time.
Yeah. So there's 5 counts of, was convicted on 5 counts of fraud. So he could potentially be serving 100 years. Come on.
What? That makes no sense.
I guess maybe because it's the amount of money, but still, there's people who kill people and don't spend that much time in prison. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. It's not, can he give the stuff back? Or why wouldn't they make him work it off or something? Like what?
I don't know. I'm sure he's probably going to have to pay restitution too.
Yeah. I just don't see why he needs to go to jail that long.
No. Well, hopefully he won't be sentenced.
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't do that.
Okay.
That is excessive. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Lil Nas X stays iconic. Lil Nas X sparked concern after posting a video from a hospital bed showing that he had lost control of the right side of his face. In the clip, he struggled to smile and appeared shocked by the sudden paralysis, suggesting a possible case of Bell's palsy, a condition that causes temporary facial paralysis. Fans and celebs like Taraji P. Henson and Wanda Sykes shared supportive messages urging him to rest. Lil Nas X later reassured everyone via Instagram story that he's okay and he's joking. "Shake your ass for me instead," he said. He added he might look a little funny for a bit, but it's nothing serious. I love Lil Nas X.
I do not like him.
You don't?
I never
love him.
He's just weird.
He is weird, but I think that's what I like about him.
He's not weird in a good way to me.
Okay.
There's something there that I'm just like, cringe.
Okay.
You know what I think it was? You remember that music video he did and everybody was naked?
In the prison?
That completely changed my view of him.
I love that song, though.
I don't know if it was because I looked at him like a kid. And then when it happened, I'm like, ew, you nasty little boy. Boy, mom here.
Yeah.
So I think I really feel like that's what it was.
Really?
So I liked him at first because when he came up with the Old Town Road, I'm like, oh, this is dope. And then he had the other one where it was a video and they were like in outer space and had the flying car. Like, I thought he's very creative. Mm-hmm. I cannot take that away from him. He's very creative and he be dressing his ass off. He can dress.
Oh, yeah.
Like his style and everything. Like, I like it, but it's just something about him. I'm just like, Oh,
I love him. I love him.
I don't know what it is.
I think, you know, he obviously is doing like things like making that video in the prison or whatever to shock people and get attention. I'm like, you know, we've all seen naked people, so it's nothing shocking to me, I don't think.
So is this Bell's palsy thing real or is this a...
No, it's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was concerned because I'm like, oh no. Because Bieber had it before, didn't he?
I don't know who that is.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, Bieber? He might have.
I feel like he did. And it was Angelina Jolie. She had it too.
You know who else had it?
Oh.
It's somebody that we know.
Oh.
Our podcast buddy, Don. He said he had Bell's palsy before, yes.
I know a lady. I worked with a lady, and she had a episode of it, and she had to be off work for like a month. So she was like working from home.
Don't think you got to be off work.
I think hers was more a psychological thing. Like she was worried about it, so she was like working from home. But yeah, it was.
Oh, I wonder if we can say that we have Bell's palsy and we don't have to come in.
Absolutely.
I don't want anyone seeing my face.
Yes, I'm just gonna work with my camera off.
Okay. We'll have to try that. You try it first, and then if it works, I'll get
right on it in the morning.
I must have caught it from Ronnie Cole. Oh my God.
I'll get right on that in the morning.
All right. Well, I hope you get well soon, Lil Nas X.
Yes. Get well soon, because that's no fun, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, speaking of asses, and I know I said I needed to take a break from him, but this really irritated me, so I had to talk about it. It's Trump tales.
You always find the perfect segue to the Trump tales.
It's too easy with him.
Insane.
It is. All right. Trump floated the ridiculous idea of deporting U.S. citizens convicted of certain crimes, calling them homegrown criminals and absolute monsters.
What?
He made a comment during a meeting with El Salvador's President Bukele, who agreed to take deportees into one of the country's notorious prisons. Legal experts and immigration advocates were left baffled and alarmed since deporting American citizens violates the Constitution. The plan raises serious questions about due process, citizenship rights, and whether Trump understands basic civics.
He does not.
So I just want to know, though, does this mean he'll be getting sent to the prison because he's been convicted of 34 felonies?
He should be first.
Yeah.
He should be first.
Yeah.
If he's going to try to enforce this, he absolutely has to go first.
Have you seen this prison in El Salvador?
No.
Oh, you got to look it up. I think it's called Seacot Prison. Mm-hmm. It's this big prison compound, and they have these big, huge cells. They're probably maybe like, I don't even know the size of it, but they have like 80 prisoners in each cell, and it's just prison bars.
No.
And I think there's like one toilet, and I don't know how there's beds, and they have armed guards standing with their rifles pointed towards these prisoners all day long. I'm assuming all day long.
For what reason?
I guess in case they try to fight each other. There's a lot of people, gang-related people in there.
There's 80 people in there.
Yeah, but
somebody's gonna fight.
This place looks rough.
Why would he send people?
Because he's an asshole.
That's so. And why do these other people in these countries entertain his BS? That is so. Why are you even having that conversation?
Well,
with him?
you know they have that one guy from Maryland. He was originally from El Salvador. I can't remember his name.
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, they basically kidnapped him and sent him there. They mistakenly sent him there.
Yeah.
And
I do recall
Trump
that.
saying he's not involved in it, and the president of El Salvador is saying that he's not sending him back. Like, this guy is stuck there. Yep. And they're saying that he's an MS-13 gang member. He's never been charged with any crimes in the U.S. or El Salvador. And they're saying he's gang related based on a CI and a shirt that he wore that they said was like a gang shirt.
These are the stupidest people on the planet, and they are in charge of entire countries and nations. Mm-hmm.
It's
that
scary.
Is scary.
But isn't, like, when you think about it, the fact that someone can come out of nowhere, take you, put you on a plane, and put you in a prison,
and tell you have to stay there.
You don't
if
get
you
to
try
go
to leave or anything, they're going to kill you.
You don't get a lawyer. You don't get to go in front of a judge. They're basically kidnapping people.
That is kidnapping. That's what I was saying when they were they were doing the mass deportations, when ICE was going up into the high schools and stuff, taking kids because they look Hispanic. You cannot take people's kids.
Yeah.
That's not legal.
How are they getting away with this?
I don't understand. I was looking at something. It was a video. Somebody showed up. It was some deportation officers or whatever. And they showed up at some lady's house. But the recording of the video started when her legal representation had pulled up. And we're kind of like asking them, like, you know, what y'all doing here? Like, what y'all here for? Because she must be in the house, and she called them. And the guy, I guess, who's supposed to be like whoever the lead officer was, he was like, we're just here. We need to talk to her. Talking about the lady who drove the lawyer to the house. And he was like, my assistant? And he was like, yeah, she's the one that lives here, right? He was like, no. Do you just assume that because she's she looks Hispanic that that's who you look for?
They're racist.
Don't even know who you looking for.
They're racist.
This girl is not Hispanic.
Oh my gosh.
She was like Korean and black or something. Like, it was something just completely. Yeah. They had no clue who they were looking for.
No picture with them or nothing?
They just showed up like, oh, there's a Hispanic. There's a Spanish person.
They must be illegal immigrants.
A Spanish speaking person lives here.
Oh my God.
It was so out. It was creepy. I was like, why are you there?
They're a bunch of assholes.
All of them.
Yep.
All of them. And I don't care what my job title would be. You're not about to send me somewhere to do something that I absolutely know is against the law.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to tell me, hey, your job today, go to so-and-so's house and pick them up.
Yeah.
And not tell me why.
Like, how do you live with yourself?
Because they're from Mexico?
Yeah.
No. And I'm not going.
And I'm all for, like, if you're a criminal and you're in this country illegally, get them the hell out of here. Yep. But you're just taking people because they don't necessarily agree with what you agree with.
Exactly.
So
it's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, you guys can all go to hell.
On the gasoline railroad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Burning up.
All right. It is now time for Ronnie Cole's question of the day.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I had 2 questions.
Okay.
Because I could not decide on which one.
Okay.
The first question is, How would you want to spend your last day on Earth? Like, what would you do if you knew that the next day would be your last day?
So I would get all my kids, all the people that I love, kids and friends and all this, and we would all just go to the Bahamas, and I would be on the beach all day long.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yes. Drinking margaritas.
I love margaritas.
Yeah.
Take me with you.
All right, you can come.
Absolutely. Yeah. That would be phenomenal.
What would you do?
Probably snort coke or something.
That's actually a fun idea.
Just to see what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because if I overdose, I'm dying anyway.
There you know?
So, but I think that's what I do. Or I do what you said, visit all my loved ones or have everybody just
come meet me. Yeah, come meet you wherever your happy place is.
Yeah. I think it depends on how I'm looking though. Like, am I sick?
I wouldn't even care.
Yeah, I'm going to snort a lot of coke. Just one bump. I just want to see. Speaking of bumps, did you see that video of what's her name? Sexy Red?
No.
They caught her on somebody's home cameras snorting cocaine.
Really?
From a spoon. I was
oh my gosh,
crack it up because I'm like, I've been telling them since day one that girl is a crackhead.
Oh, our podcast buddy Don's walking past the window and waving at us. He's jealous again this week.
He told me he would be, so bless his heart for keeping his word.
All right. You know, I don't really know anything about Sexy Red. Like, I've seen her on social media.
She annoys me.
She looks, I don't know what the word is.
Dirty.
Yeah.
Ghetto.
Yes.
Ratchet. Yeah. Like she don't bathe like properly.
She looks dirty.
She looks dirty. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
Agreed.
Okay. Well.
And her music sucks.
Okay. I've never heard it.
It's, you don't want to hear it.
Okay.
I'll let you listen to one song. You're going to be like, what in the hell is this?
Okay. What was your other question?
Oh, you ready? You have to think for a minute.
Okay.
I don't have an answer either, so get ready.
Okay.
If you had a genie and they gave you 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
So my first wish would be to have a private New Kids on the Block concert.
For what reason?
Because I love the New Kids on the Block.
Oh,
okay. My second wish would be for like $100 million. And then my third wish would be a mansion on the beach in the Bahamas.
For sure. Look at you. You just want to be in those Bahamas.
I do.
You're trying to get there. Consistent, if nothing else.
And those were all like really selfish wishes, but that's what I want. Yeah.
It's okay.
What about you, Ronnie Cole?
So I think first I would wish for like a compound of houses.
Okay.
So I can move like my mom in the house and then my best friends in the house. And then we'll have like a family house where we'll have like parties and stuff.
That sounds like fun.
My cousin. Yeah. I would wish for a family compound.
Okay.
I would not wish for money per se, but I would wish for different avenues of income that I don't have to like touch. What's it called? Passive income.
Okay, so why wouldn't you just want the money?
Because I feel like if it's in my hand, I'm gonna spend it. That's just how I am.
Okay.
So if you give me $100 and you say, "Here, go to the store," you have a budget. Mm-hmm. What the hell is a budget? Like I'm gonna spend my $100.
Gotcha.
So I figure if I have passive income, like let's say for instance, our podcast is taking off.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so we're getting money for our podcast on YouTube and Spotify.
Well, we've made 4 cents.
Well, rolling in the dough. I told you we're gonna be rich.
All right.
Rich.
Got to start somewhere.
Rich. Okay. So if we're getting money from YouTube and Spotify, any money that's coming from Spotify that'll go to me, that's allocated for me, I can say, oh, this will be the money allocated for like our insurance for our houses.
Okay.
And then the money coming from YouTube, oh, that'll go towards the fund for the kids' outings or, something like that. So I have different things. So when I'm actually working and I get an actual paycheck, I can just pay my bills and all the extra little stuff is covered by the passive income.
Okay.
So I'm not spending all our money because I'm going to spend it. I'm going to go shopping. So, but I want to at least have that peace of mind. Like, hey, that YouTube money.
There's always something coming.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. And then my last wish is that Taye Diggs decides that I am the woman of his dreams. And he wants to marry me, and he wants me to have his children. He wants to come live on the compound with us.
Well, that shouldn't even have to be a wish. It should just happen.
Where are you?
Taye Diggs.
Where are you?
Come rescue Ronnie Cole.
Please.
Live on the compound with her and her mom. Give her a baby.
I am so ready.
Oh, boy.
I'm so ready.
I always liked him in the, what is it, The Best Man?
Oh, my God.
That was such a good movie.
That man is just, he is so decadent. Like, I could just bite him.
That's how I feel about Donnie Wahlberg.
I know. I know you do.
I understand completely. All right. It is now time to board the crazy train. A parrot screamed at firefighters and was lured down with cigarettes.
Wait, what?
Rescue services in Sweden were called to help a parrot stuck in a tree, where the ungrateful bird reportedly shouted profanities at the firefighters attempting to rescue it. The potty-mouthed bird had been perched 25 feet up on a narrow branch for several hours, with rescue efforts complicated by the parrot's fear of darkness and reluctance to move.
What?
Eventually, the owner managed to lure the foul-mouthed bird down with a pack of cigarettes.
The bird smoked cigarettes?
Apparently.
Cussing and smoking.
I'm like, this is my kind of bird.
Stop
like,
it.
if you were to lure me down off of somewhere, it definitely would be with some cigarettes.
It would involve some cigarettes.
Oh, my God. It's amazing.
That is hilarious.
I know. I wonder if anybody has it on video. Like, that would be the funniest thing.
I need to see it if they do.
Yeah.
I need to see it.
Oh, my God.
I used to be afraid of birds until we got one when I was a kid. My uncle was on his porch and he was like barbecuing, and a cockatoo landed right on the banister.
And you kept it?
We kept that bird for like 5 or 6 years till he died.
Really?
But yes, my mother was a bird lady anyway. She loved birds.
Oh, birds creep me out.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
The only bird that creeps me out is a damn owl. Why are their eyes so big?
Owls
and why do
creepy.
they head turn like that? And why are their bodies so skinny but their feathers are so big? They are disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. And bats. Oh.
Well, I think like anything that flies, because you can't really you can't control it. Like, it could fly around and you're like trying to swat it away and you can't because it's going in all different directions and oh no. Creeps me out.
I like birds. I just don't like owls and bats.
Okay.
Like, I would love to see a bald eagle up close. I used to feed pigeons. We had a woodpecker that used to dig a hole in the side of our house. He was tearing that wood up.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what is going on? But yeah,
that's
I
funny.
love parrots.
Okay.
Parrots, parakeets, and cockatoos.
Well, if I had to get a bird, it would be this.
Yeah.
It would be this parrot right here.
I never had a cussing one.
Yeah.
I want a cussing bird.
Okay, next car on the crazy train. 4 people have been arrested by the Baker, Louisiana Police Department for riding horses through a Walmart.
Sounds like a good time to me.
By Friday morning, all 4 of the horse riders had turned themselves in. One of the Walmart cowboys claims that there was no specific reasons for their actions, stating that the horse was his emotional support animal.
It was.
The riders face multiple charges, including disturbing the peace and unlawful posting of criminal activity for notoriety and publicity. You never really know what you're going to see in Walmart.
Never. Never. People are so uninhibited in there. I don't know what it is about Walmart.
That's what I was going to say.
They're so free in there. It's like,
why Walmart and not anywhere else?
I don't understand it, because the same people will go to Target and be bougie.
Yeah.
They frown at you if your baby's crying, if you're in the line and you're not dressed how they feel. Like, they are totally different people. Walmart is like,
it's a free-for-all.
It's like the jungle. Like, there are no rules in Walmart.
Oh,
like, you just.
God. What if the horse really was his emotional support animal?
It could have been.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Because people take these
people
dogs
do it all the time.
Shit everywhere.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Especially now with social media, I see so many stories and people have their dogs and they're like, this is my emotional support dog. And I'm just like, it's
not. Yeah. It's not.
It's not.
You just want to take your dog with you.
You want to take your dog with you and just say that. Or go dog friendly places. Like, insane.
The only thing, like, I guess I really don't care if people have their animals with them. The only thing that really grosses me out is if you're in a restaurant. Because I just think of like dog fur getting places.
If you're that emotionally distressed,
stay home.
You gotta have your dog, take out.
Yeah. Stay home. Yeah.
My gosh.
Okay.
So weird. It's so weird to me.
All right. Last car in the crazy train. Man busted for blind driving.
What?
In the UK, a blind man was busted after police spotted his car on the wrong side of the road.
My God.
He was being guided by someone who was in the passenger seat. They had lost their license.
Stop it.
Who in the world thought this was going to be an idea that was going to work?
Why would you feel safe enough to just hand them like the car and the keys? Like, here.
The whole idea is just wrong.
Where in the hell did you have to go that was that important that you was gonna let a blind
person drive your car?
You might as well risk your freedom. You risking your life.
Oh my God! Exactly.
That is backwards. It really That's ass backwards. It's fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Why would you do that?
I have no idea.
Why would a person ever? I need to find out who that was and they must have had a DUI.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Blind leading the blind.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that's all we have for you this week on the Real Talk Lineup. You can check us out on realtalklineup.com or on Facebook or Instagram at Real Talk Lineup.
It's been real.